This is our first video on computer network. In this series of videos, we will be looking at computer networks, connections, and protocols. So before we move on to what are networks, remember we are following the GCSE Computer Science OCR J277 specification. So, what are networks? A computer network is a group of interconnected nodes or computing devices that exchange data and resources with each other. A network communication between these devices can be established using a cable or a wireless media. So before I move on, let me explain you what nodes are and what are links. Nodes or links are the basic building blocks in computer networking. A network node may be data communication equipment such as a modem, hub, or switch, or data terminal equipment such as two or more computers and printers. A link refers to the transmission media connecting to nodes. Now, what do I mean by this? The next one. A network connection between devices can be established using wireless cable or wireless network. So if you are, say, for example, in a room where you have got, say, 30 computers or 15 computers, just to be more specific, you have got 30 computers, 15 computers. Okay. All those computers are connected to a server. And that server, so this is a server. All of them are connected to a server via a switch. As you can see from this animation, this is a switch. So you can see this is a switch, this is a switch, this is a switch. All these computers are connected via a switch. And what is this happening? So if, say, for example, this computer stops working, all the rest will all work which are connected via the switch. So that is what that means. A network connection between these devices can be established using cable or wireless media. So this is all connected via a cable. So if you are in a classroom, you can easily see a blue cable, which is called the Ethernet cable. It is connected to the server. That's what that means. Next, it is saying, why do people use a network? Networks have revolutionized our ability to communicate. There are many different communication systems. For example, text, email, instant messaging, internet. All of these systems require networks. Most network communication systems allow you to attach files or links to files, which make sharing information very easy. Organizations have computer networks to allow users to share resources. These can be physical resources such as printers or online resources such as files. So, again, giving you an example, like if you are using OneNote in your school, what are you doing? You are sharing online resources. That's what you are doing. That's what it is. And if you have got a printer in your school, what is it doing? It is going via a server, which is called a print server, which we will discuss later on. And all your printing is done through that printer. Okay, so that's what it is saying here. That's why we need networks, because you don't need to have one person dedicated with one printer. In a school, you have got, say, for example, if you've got 200 colleagues, they are all going to be printing to one or two printers, which will release your print job once you put your username and password. So let's look at what are the advantages and disadvantages of networks. I will not go over them. It is it would be worth you pausing the video and have a read yourself. So as you can, I can just go through one advantage and one disadvantage. One advantage is that users can share resources such as printers and connection to the net. The other one disadvantage is that there is always a security risk. The rest you can read yourself, make notes, etc. Types of network. Now, this is extremely important and we need to understand this. A local area network is the single network that is located in a small geographical area. Now, the keyword here is small geographical area. Remember, paper one is very, very keen on keywords. The examiner is looking for keywords. So it is important that you remember it's a small geographical area, such as home, an office, or a school. A wide area network that connects two or more networks over a larger geographical area. A PAN is the term given to connected devices that are located within a few meters of each other, example up to 10 meters. Okay, so we will look at all these in detail in a second. So let's have a look at LAN. The term local area network is referred to a network that is formed when devices in the same building or single site are connected. It's a small geographical area. Within a mile, your school uses its own infrastructure. Now, you might ask me, what do you mean by infrastructure? So, what that means is, for example, you have got a computer here. As you can see, you've got this computer and in the building that is connected to the switch. So, as I said to you, if you had 30 computers and they were connected wire, so these are computers, this is number one, this is number two, so there are 30 computers. All of these computers are connected via a cable. Now, this cable will be going here in this switch. This is going here in that switch. What are these? This cable is the infrastructure that is connecting to the switch. Okay, so remember, connects part of the network. So if you had a phone that is connecting to a wireless access point, all are examples of infrastructure. That's what an infrastructure is. So let's look here again. We are going to continue looking at LAN. So LAN can be school, can also form networks when they join with other schools to share ideas and resources. So it says once the computers connected together into a LAN, many people can share, use the same resource at the same time. As I mentioned earlier on, schools can also share resources and ideas. They can share files, software, hard disks, and peripherals such as a printer or CD-ROM. Users can also use the LAN to communicate with each other via email. Data can be transmitted very quickly between network computers. Okay, so that is LAN. Now, let's look at the components of LAN. As I've already mentioned, the components of LAN is that the LAN consists of two types of components, which is nodes and links. And I've already mentioned what a node is and what is a link. The advantages of this are there is no single point of failure. Nodes can talk to each other, multiple pathways are possible, work can be shared between nodes, easy communication between users, files can be shared, centralized administration and updates, users' activity can be monitored, users can log into any computer. Okay. So, what does this mean? Can log on to any computer. This last point. That means that if I am in school and I've got 30 rooms in my school, and one room is right at the end of the building, and the uh, 30th room is right at the other end of the building, I can log on to any computer which is within the building. That's what it means. That's what it is. Those are the components of LAN. What are the features of LAN? All of the network is usually in one location, such as a school, shop, or business. The organization owns all of the hardware, such as cabling, switches, servers, etc. The organization manages the LAN itself. It employs staff to install, update, and fix faults. So we can have a look of a LAN as a simulation, as I've already mentioned in my earlier slide, that it is going via switch. And if something happens to this computer, this one, all the rest would work fine because they are coming to the switch. Okay, there's another simulation which you can have a look now. Not a simulation, it's just an image that how the school LAN works. All your computers are here, they're going through a switch. These are switches. Okay, this is a switch, this is a switch, this is a switch, this is a server, this is a server, and these are all going through switches. So, WAN. What is WAN? A WAN is a wide area network which has a large geographical area. So, keyword large geographical area. They are collection of LANs joined together. The computers on a WAN are connected via routers. The hardware used to connect the network together is not all owned by the company, organization, household using it. Telephone lines owned by telecommunication companies are an example. WAN will use fiber optic cables, telephone lines, and satellite to connect to the LAN together. Okay, so what are the features of a WAN? The features of WAN are that two or more LAN which may be in different locations. So they are connected when they are in different locations. The connection between LAN is usually owned by a separate company, and the organization pays a subscription to use it. The connection is managed by the external company. They will install, maintain, and update it. So let's look at PAN. PAN is called a personal area network, is used to connect personal devices over a small area. The most common technology used is Bluetooth, which uses short range radio signals and limited transmission power, giving it very short range up to 10 meters. You can create PAN when you connect a smartwatch to a mobile phone or a wireless headset to your laptop. So let's look at an exam question. Okay. A bank uses a local area network to connect all the computers in its head office. State two ways the local area network can be used to monitor the work of employees. So, how would they monitor it? They will monitor it by logging when people have logged on, when they have logged off. They're printing. They monitor their internet users use. They also monitor their emails, etc., etc. So let's look at the last exam question. A travel agent has offices in two sites that are 10 miles apart. Describe the difference between LAN and WAN. So, as I have mentioned, keywords: small geographical area. LAN is small geographical area, WAN is large geographical area. LAN has its own dedicated infrastructure, WAN uses external infrastructure or hardware.